What? Second place goes to Destinee Wagner, which means the new Miss Belize Universe is Destinee Arnold. There she is, Belize, your new queen, Destinee Arnold. Take your first walk as Miss Universe Belize 2019.
Describe that moment for us.
There's no words. I was in complete shock. I'm getting emotional just watching that right now. I said it didn't hit me yet, but I think it's hitting me now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. There was a lot of hard work behind that moment, and it just all came to fruition. So it's completely unbelievable.
Yeah. We're so glad that you are here. And for those of you just joining us, we are kickstarting this segment with the first live interview with Miss Universe Belize 2019, Destinee Arnold. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Thank you for
Congratulations.
having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Destinee, this morning I was going through this interview in my mind, and I was thinking to myself, the last time we interviewed you before the Miss Belize journey was when you won Miss Customaya for Belize, and it was a live interview in San Pedro.
In San Pedro, yes, and I was half asleep on that one too.
That's right, and it was hot outdoors, and I do have to say this much, because we did our coverage with Customaya for a long time. We didn't have to worry whether or not you were coming. You were there, waiting, prepared, after what was a late night pageant. And here you are once again on Open Your Eyes, this time as Miss Universe Belize.
Everything's coming full circle.
Yeah, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
This was definitely, I think, perhaps what was your unique perspective in looking at the fact that you had so much of a history in pageantry before this particular one.
Right.
And so that went twofold. It meant, okay, well, we've already seen her, and it meant for others, well, that means she's more ready. Did you have any kind of hesitation in saying, like, maybe I've done enough pageants for now, I shouldn't go to this stage?
Absolutely not. The way I saw it was I could not tell my children to follow their dreams if I didn't follow my own. So I wanted to be able to tell them that I walked the Miss Universe stage and brought positive attention to my country.
Yeah.
So there was no hesitation.
You said when you saw the moment of the crowning that there was a lot of work that went into it. And we don't always know what that entails. What did it take to prepare yourself for pageant night on Friday?
Well, I'm not a student anymore. I'm a complete career woman. So that meant after an 8 to 12 hour day of work, I drug myself into that gym. I cannot stand the gym, but I was there every night with my trainer, eating right, even though I love donuts and cupcakes and everything I'm not supposed to eat. Working with multiple trainers, media interviews, mock pageants, anything you name it, to make sure that I was prepared for that moment.
Knowing what you know from your previous experience, what areas did you foresee that you had to work on to be able to be on the stage and be successful?
Well, it was more so the behind the scenes that I had to get used to, because I was already familiar with the stage. That's my safe zone. I love the stage. Up until the point I get on stage, I'm completely nervous. But when the adrenaline kicks, I'm okay. So it was more so making sure that I marketed myself well, making sure that I was interacting with the right people, picking everyone's brains, seeing what I needed to work on, getting constructive criticism, making sure that I was just well-rounded coming into the competition.
How do you now prepare for the journey ahead? You're now going to be one of several representatives, because that's essentially what you guys are as candidates. You're representatives of your country.
Right.
How do you now embark upon that journey and prepare to take the world stage, in a manner of speaking?
Honestly, it's just continuing what I was already doing and making sure that, again, I'm networking, I'm working with the right people, keeping my ears open and applying it to my preparation. I think a lot of people may come a little bit too confident in their own abilities and not welcoming that constructive criticism. So just making sure that I am paying attention to the team of people and the village who wants to see me do well on that stage.
Yeah, speaking of which, you had Roaring Creek out at that Civic on Friday.
You have to love that. You have to love that. I'm truly blessed to have the support system that I do have. They hit the ground running with their post, making sure that they were going to attend the pageant, getting their tickets. It was really heartfelt. And I told them I was going to bring them on that stage with me, and that's exactly what I did.
And when you walk out and you start to hear all the screams and all the reaction.
Yes.
What was that like?
It keeps you going. It pumps you up. It makes you more excited and more comfortable knowing that they fully support you, win or lose.
So Destinee, you know, I think because of having 8 different contestants, we didn't get to know you as well and what you have been up to. You said you're working. What type of work are you doing? And you completed school recently, I think?
No, I completed school in 2015.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's not so recent.
Not that recent. It feels like yesterday. Time flies. But yes, I'm in the insurance industry. I am a property claim adjuster for homeowners claims. So if a house floods or burns down, or if the shingles blow off the roof, I get my ladder, I climb on top of that roof. I work with contractors. A really male-dominant field, but I carry my own weight.
How did you decide to get into that career?
Well, when I went on my mission trip to Cambodia, I needed a second job to fund that. And I started selling insurance. I got good at it, but it was boring after a while. It's you know, the same old spiel that you pitch to someone to buy insurance. So then I looked into other avenues, and the property claims really allured me because you're always learning. The construction of a home is so intricate, and it keeps me on my toes, interacting with different people, contractors, the insureds. It's interesting.
And I'm sure selling insurance, it's a great experience in marketing.
Yes. Yes. A lot of it is over the phone, oddly enough. Everyone loves to text message, email, talk on the phone. They don't really come in because they all have their busy lives. But yes, you definitely know how to market, present yourself, how to sound confident, even if you don't know if they even need that product anyway. You can persuade them to get it anyway.
And you spoke of a mission trip to Cambodia?
Yes. I went on a mission trip. I think that was 2016. And it was really eye-opening for me. I went through a lot, both personally and spiritually, and I definitely came back a stronger woman.
So when you put all of these experiences, going to school, going to Cambodia, taking on the jobs that you have, how has it shaped you into who you are today and a representative that Belize can be proud of?
I think that most of all, I'll bring up my Cambodia trip. During that time, I almost lost my grandfather. He was here and he got an infection that went septic. And I got the call, mind you, I am on the other side of the world, no family member is with me, and they told me that he might not make it through the night. And in that moment, I felt completely powerless. I don't know about you, but I like my control. I like knowing the outcome of things. And if I don't know the outcome, preparing it to try to control it as much as possible. But at that moment, I just had to give him to God and trust that God's will over his life is the best will possible. And the moment I did that, I just learned to trust him. And I think going on to this journey, I'm just learning to trust myself, trusting God's purpose for me, and trusting that Belize is going to be behind me the entire way.
Now, I want to move into what is perhaps the scariest part of the pageant. I imagine for the girls, but I have to say also for the audience members, because that question and answer segments, we've seen some people tank. I mean, I usually get to interview the girls before, so I kind of know what they can handle or what they seem like they can. And then sometimes they get on that stage and it just seems the nerves overcomes them. They can't be able to think. How do you get ready for all that pressure? You know, you have a minute or a minute and a half to deliver a response that will stand out beyond all the rest.
Right. I think what you have to remember in that moment is to be your authentic self. Just listen to the question and really respond how you feel, and that's the best way to portray your answer. If you try to come up with this generic answer, this world peace answer, the audience is going to completely see through that, and you're not going to do well. So just remain calm, take a deep breath, and have confidence in your speaking ability, and you know what you're talking about because that's how you feel. That's all you have to do. Meet that nervousness with preparation. If you're not keen on the current events, read the articles. I was on your Instagram pages, Facebook pages, making sure I listen to the radio on my way to work. You have to be aware of everything that's going on, especially if you're going to represent your country abroad.
What was the energy like on Friday, the behind the scenes as the pageant was taking place? In terms of your interaction with the other contestants and stuff,
Honestly, I was in my own zone. I think I chatted with Artie a little bit backstage. She asked me, how are you feeling? I said, nervous, emotional. I don't know at this point, but I need this to get going so we can, get this thing rolling. Because the more you sit there, the more the nervousness starts to set in. But I woke up early that morning, just anxious. And my mom posted this audio on Instagram that had me bawling, crying. I didn't think the tears were going to flow like that, but they flow. And my aunt came down with my hairstylist, and we waited for the stage to finish getting set up, and I rehearsed. They had to pry me off of that stage because I just didn't feel like I was hitting it well enough. But I got off, and then at that point, I just got into hair and makeup and did what I prepared for.
So, you said naturally you're somebody who likes to have control of a situation, which means that you will prepare and over-prepare. But in something like that, there are lots of unforeseen moments that would take place. Tell me about what was perhaps the biggest challenge for you that night.
I think just staying calm and not letting my nervousness take over. Right before the final question for the top 3, I blanked. I was sitting there trying to think of, possible questions that they may try to ask. And I looked to my aunt and I said, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm confidently beautiful. And she said, Destinee, you're just nervous right now. You're letting the nervousness take over. I said, no, T, I don't know. And I made her run backstage to get my flashcards. And I was just running through all my thoughts. And the last question on that flashcard, I think I was able to go through 2. And it asked, I think the question was, what is the change that you would like to see in the next generation of women? And it was so similar to that onstage question, and I just knew that it had to be God because I was completely blanking before that question. So that moment right there, if it's yours, it's yours.
That's a tremendous amount of insight in the level of preparation that you put into this pageant.
Oh, yes.
And that will be very necessary for the next few months. Destinee, you've been a part of the pageant tradition. Belizeans, once our queen is selected, we rally behind them. We're extremely critical. We have the highest of highest expectations when you go on that Miss Universe stage.
And I wouldn't want it any other way. I work better with pressure. I work better with pressure.
So what's the next couple of months like for you?
Well, we head back to LA and we start working with trainers, designers, photo shoots, and just getting ready to make a great impression. I plan to make that top, and I'm not satisfied if I don't.
Based on your performance on Friday night, what do you want to improve before you head out to the Miss Universe pageant?
I think my posture during question and answer, I need to uphold myself a little bit better. During swimsuit, a lot of people don't know, but I totally tanked my routine on that one. So just being mindful, making sure I'm hitting all my points. I think I answered pretty well. I connect with the audience. I remain authentic. So it's just the little body mechanics that I really need to pay attention to because that can make or break you.
Destinee, what do you want Belize to know about their new queen? We see a well-poised, definitely dedicated young woman who has put in the work and has gotten the results. But very often there's so much more behind. We're just complicated beings. What do you want people to know about you that they would have never gotten the opportunity to find out on their own?
You know what, honestly, I hope that they do find out that I just love and I love hard. So I just want them to see my heart. I want them to know that I want the absolute best for Belize. I wouldn't want to represent any other country in this world but our jewel. And I'm taking you all with me. We have to come on this journey together because that's the only way that we're going to remain on top.
Yeah. Belize is in a very complicated time. And you know, we are just, talk of complex, just one of the leading destinations for tourists. Everybody wants to come here.
Right.
But the people who live here know our struggle. We're very poor people.
Yes.
We have challenges with crime and violence and corruption and, you know, so as much as the good things we can talk about, there's an equal amount of bad.
Yes.
As the representative for Belize, how do you, what do you want to do to improve upon where we are, and how do you think you can do that?
Just remaining a voice for the voiceless. I want to make sure that I'm not compartmentalizing myself and remaining in one area. Everyone knows that my passion is children, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to stand up for women who are being abused, children that are being sexually assaulted, the murder rate, the amount of women that are in our prison system, the amount of women who are afraid to step into leadership positions. I just want to be a place of encouragement to make sure that they know that we stand behind them and I support them all the way. So anywhere where I'm needed, if anyone needs me to be at an event or to market their causes, I'm there for it.
How will you now balance time between your particular pursuit of the other crown and your nonprofit?
Well, it's going to be a balancing act. I think that a part of the preparation for the crown is my nonprofit. It's working with Hope for Life, trying to put on those baby showers in different districts in Belize. And I think that IMG, the company that owns the Miss Universe organization, looks for that. They don't want someone with beauty and no substance. So it's going to be all meshed into one. It's not going to be one thing at a time. You have to know how to, like you said, balance it and fully execute it.
All right. And at the start of your reign, I want you to look forward and tell me what you want to be your greatest contribution as Miss Universe Belize 2019-2020.
My greatest contribution. That's a tough one because there's multiple things that I want to contribute. But if I can say that I took our pageantry to a different level, I will be completely satisfied. Whether that's on stage at Miss Universe or my community service, as long as we are encouraging women to take it up a notch and not just meet the standard that I place, but to take it higher, then I'll be satisfied.
All right. So we want to thank you for coming in and having this conversation with us.
Having me.
Is there anyone you want to thank this morning?
Well, I want to thank Team Destination, my grandparents, my parents, my boyfriend, my sister, my brother, the 50 plus people who flew out from California, Texas, and Houston to see me. I'm completely thankful. And of course, I have my handy dandy note card to thank our sponsors, which are firstly Jador Boutique, who clothed me today. I really appreciate that. BTB, Digi, Niche, Atlantic Bank, Belize Signs, Maya Executive Limousine Service. I have to tell you, those gentlemen are awesome. They're so polite. And Chapacana.
All right. Well, we hope to see more of you. And of course, we'll keep on following you as you prepare for the pageant itself. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, it's a big concert weekend coming up. And we're going to have Sizzla in the house, so stay tuned.